Hey guys, welcome back to the Jathaly podcast.
We are back, and there's a brand new setup. It's still our house, but I changed things around. I was going insane.
It looks so different, but I like this different. It's changed.
Dude, I woke up, because I changed everything yesterday. I woke up this morning, and I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, it just felt like a different house.
Did it really? What I like about Natalie is that every single month, there's a different season for her.
Now you like it?
I've always liked it. I grew up with that.
No, you yap about, oh, she's changing things up again.
Okay. I like the when it's done, but I hate the process because she does like 40% of it.
Oh.
But listen, the 40% is like the decorating going to Target.
We're not even a minute in.
And I do the 60%, which is the more of the labor part, grabbing the shit from the garage.
That's the only thing, Jake. Name something else. Yesterday, it's because he's yapping right now because yesterday, I moved all the couches by myself. Like, this man did not help me do anything. He was in the kitchen cleaning. Oh, yeah, hold on. My turn.
I was in the kitchen cleaning.
Hold on.
Okay, ASMR time for our energy. Hurry the fuck up. Please hurry up. This is why you don't get nails.
I can't fucking open it.
Brother. Ow, okay. That was the worst can opening I've ever heard in my life.
Sorry,
Please
it's
don't
because
do
of
it
my
again. All right, we got our daily dose of energy.
I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done yapping about you. So I moved everything, all the couches, everything. And I said, babe, can you please just run over to get me my boxes? Which, by the way, like 90% of them aren't even here. So he had to drive to go get my boxes. But there was one box that I had in the garage, and that was his 60% of cleaning. I moved the entire couches. I brought the rug up. You know how proud I was? I was hustling. I brought this heavy-ass rug up from the garage, and I moved all the couches, and I vacuumed, and I mopped, and I did everything. So what do you mean 60%, brother?
And you were angry because I wasn't helping you.
You know, it's because if you don't help me at the beginning, then it's almost like I already did it, like so much of it by myself. I need to keep all the credit because I already did 90%.
That's how I felt when I was driving across the United States because I didn't want you to do 1 minute. 1 minute. Even though I was super tired, I was like, Nat is not going to do any minutes because she doesn't take credit for it.
Yeah, because you don't want to give the credit once you've already done most of it.
I feel like that's a problem. Do you think that's a problem? Like, or it's like
a toxic trait.
A toxic trait? What would you explain it?
But it's not bad. It's just like.
Or what was the name of that toxic trait?
It's the ego. It's your ego for sure. Like
egotistical?
Yeah, not egotistical. I think that's a mean word, right?
I don't know.
Egotistical? I think it's just ego. By the way, we are going fully back into our podcast setup, you guys. Give us like another
1 to 2 podcasts.
1 to 2 podcasts, yeah. Right now, I'm currently using my literal living room ball and a handheld tripod, and Jake's just holding his. But just give us a little bit. We're going back into it. Like, we're still kind of like moving back in because it's just been chaos. You guys know, like, we got back. We stayed here for like 3 days, and then we got on a plane, went to France, and we were there for 2 weeks. And then we got back, and then it was like Nat's birthday, and then it's just been craziness. But look what we got here. Oh, wait, the tag
got a
is
witch
still,
hat.
Hold on, the tag was still on it. Ta-da!
Is it just me or does Nat sound sick? I feel like you sound sick today.
I'm sad.
Why are you sad? What did I do this time?
No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't get you a golden retriever for your birthday.
Didn't.
That's what I didn't do.
Dude, you know how sad I am about that? I was, honestly, you know what? I want to sleep the day of my birthday, and I was like, what if I wake up tomorrow morning and there's a Bernese mountain dog right here waiting for me? And then there wasn't, so.
But I gave you a week,
We're
Nat.
beefing.
I gave you a week
Me
to
and Jake
prove
aren't on good terms
that
right
you're.
now.
No. I gave you a week to prove that you're able to take care of a dog by yourself.
We're doing this again?
I know it's because it's a little post progress, and you didn't do anything.
failed.
You failed after that podcast that we filmed. That was like day 1 or 2. After I gave you credit for me feeding the dogs.
You know what's crazy though? Can we talk about, because they're actually gonna think I'm a deadbeat, which I am to an extent, but
you are only when I'm here.
Exactly. When Jacob is gone, you guys, and it's funny because they can tell on my vlogs too, because you guys know when me and Jake separate, this people always run with the fact that we like love one dog more than the other, and the dogs always change. Like sometimes, oh, you guys like Ellie more, and then like the next vlog,
Ellie's my dog forever.
And then the next vlog will be like, oh, why do you guys only love the? So it's like they always switch, right? But if you've been watching us for long enough, you know that the system is Jake leaves and takes Thea, and I stay and I keep Ellie. Or if I leave somewhere, Ellie comes with me. It's always that split, and it's just because Thea's the biggest crybaby in the entire world and can't live without her little dad. And Ellie's just so chill, and she's with me. And then also Ellie requires a little bit more knowledge, which is why I take her.
There's more pros and cons to this, but for short words, pros and cons about Ellie. Pros, she's a good dog. She's really, really trained, and she'll pay attention to you.
She's my best friend.
Yeah, cons, she doesn't like other dogs, and she loves people too much. Thea, on the other hand, pros, she's like calm. She doesn't care about people. Cons, she
cries.
crybaby. Yeah, she's a crybaby.
She cries.
She whines about anything that she wants. So you probably see her in a little bit, like appearing for a cameo.
And if Thea is not with me or Jake, she cries. So like, it's funny because his family already knows. Like his family will be like, leave Ellie, not Thea. Because if Thea doesn't see me or Jake, she starts crying and she'll go to the door and cry like a kid.
The same with you. Like if we're gonna leave a dog there, it has to be Ellie, because if it's Thea, then Thea cries the whole time.
It's just like, bruh. So Thea cries a lot, which is why I can't take her, because whenever I'm out, I don't have time to be with Thea 24/7. Like if I go to my parents' house for whatever, like I need to go out. And if I leave Thea, my mom literally calls me like, Thea's crying, come back. So yeah. Anyway, a child. So whatever, we split dog. Where was I going with this?
That I'm not getting you a puppy.
Okay, that's what it was. So we split dogs, right? And there's been a few times where Jake has left me both dogs, never again. But there's been a few times. And so when he leaves, well, obviously there's nobody here to do it for me. So I had to do it by myself. You just kind of like, you know, when you're like comfortable when there's someone else that, you know, when you're comfortable like in a relationship because like they can do everything. They know how to do everything. You just get comfortable and you just don't progress in life. That's me with Jake, right? Because I know he handles the dog, just in the dog aspect. I know he handles the dog. Like I don't really wake up and think, ooh, I have to take the dogs out because I know Jake is going to do it. You know what I mean?
And she doesn't know the routine to like let you guys know. The dogs have a routine.
They have a routine, but Jake knows it just because I don't do it. I wake up and I vlog. Like, that's just, I wake up and I go do my skincare and I do all that. And then by the time I come down, Jake already took the dogs out. So when Jake isn't here, well, guess what? I have to do it. So I wake up and then I make sure that they go out, they run, they eat. And Ellie goes out to pee before we go back into bed and she eats her food. And then they go pee and then they go into bed. Like, there's a routine and I got it down to a T. Only when Jake's not here, though.
I don't believe it. I've never seen it, so I'm like,
what do you mean?
It's weird, though, because whenever I'm gone, I see the Ring doorbell go out like 20
yeah,
times.
Yeah, when I'm taking the dogs out, yeah. So it's just because I'm just comfortable with Jake being here. So in conclusion, I am ready for another dog because if you weren't here to help, I would be able to do it.
In conclusion, I gave you a week and you didn't show me anything, okay? So,
but when we get like a bigger house, we're gonna be able to get another dog.
Yeah, okay. That's when I'll give you like the most room ever. Like I'll take care of the dog at that point. It's just you don't have any room. So
it's because when we were in Tennessee, it was really easy, babe, because we literally opened the door and they would just run out.
And I think that's why you wanted a dog, because it was an easier life. Just like open the door and the dog's gonna run forever.
Yeah. No, it was pretty awesome actually. And I just feel like I don't know what we want to do, because here's our dog dilemma. I don't know why we're doing a whole dog dilemma here. This is the problem with us, that we are just so busy all the time. Like the past few podcasts, we've been so busy that we haven't really had time to just like talk. Uh-huh. Okay. Anyway, this is my dilemma.
What's your dilemma?
I don't know if for our next dog, I want it to be an outdoor dog or an indoor dog. And now hear me out. I don't believe in outdoor dogs. So I should probably rephrase that a little better. Protection dog. I don't really, not that I don't believe in outdoor dogs. There's a way to have an outdoor dog. And I feel like most people who say like, oh, dogs belong outdoors don't actually care for the dog. They just leave the dog outside, right? There's ways like you got to make sure they have like a little house with like a little bed and make sure that they have water and food, like a good, well taken care of dog. And also like, there's just so much that goes into it, right? But I don't know if I want to get an outdoor dog like for our future pets, which will be like chickens and goats and horses, like a guardian dog, or if I want another like indoor baby. These are babies. These aren't even dogs. They're children. They are my children. So we don't know what we want to do because we can't have both. Like if we get another indoor baby, we cannot get another. We can't get another guardian dog. Dude, 4 is too much.
I think if we were to get 4 dogs, it has to be 2 indoor and 2 outdoor. But I don't care if my dog can kill a bear, bruh. I'm not leaving that dog outside. I'm just like a dog person. And I feel like when you're a dog person, you can't leave a dog outside.
Yeah, because you're scared. And yeah, that's...
No, not even that. I think it's just because like it's being neglected. Even though it's like a husky or something that could live in like negative degrees weather.
I just think it depends on the breed though. Because for example, you don't leave a golden retriever to freaking guard chickens, you know. But you leave a Pyrenees.
Is it Pyrenees or Pyrenees?
Pyrenees, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Big fluff.
But like, dude, they're so cute.
They
I feel like
but look at their teeth.
I feel like my guard dog has to be like an ugly dog.
That is so mean.
But ugly dogs are the small dogs. I don't know.
No, I like, dude, you know what? Okay, so I was like that too. I was like, no, dogs belong inside. Duh, you know?
Uh-huh.
But ever since our van trip, that changed because I got to meet a lot of dogs, like a lot of outdoor dogs that are living their best life. Like if I were to pick that dog up and bring it and
You're
make
right.
it live in a townhouse, that is abuse.
Yeah.
That is abuse.
Like a zoo, you're saying.
Yeah, like that's just it's abuse because these dogs, like, they love being outside, they love hunting, they love protecting, like it's in their genes.
That
you know?
just
It's
changed
their
my
blood.
whole perspective in those little words you just said now.
Right, because that's what makes them happy. And for Pyrenees, I don't want to say Pyrenees because what if it's wrong? Pyrenees.
Or just say a mountain
dude,
dog.
They have their teeth. If you guys have seen their teeth, they have big canines. Wait, canines.
Yeah, they are called canines. You're good.
Okay, they have big ass teeth. Their feet are different. Like everything up, they're just so much. Their genetics are so protective. Their instincts are just so much better than your average Thea. You know what I mean? Thea's a child. Like Thea will get taken. And those dogs are just meant for that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason I wouldn't feel bad. But yeah, if we have an outdoor protection guard, it's a livestock guardian dog. That's what they're called. If we have one, we have to get another one because we can't leave it by themselves. Especially like where we're trying to purchase, we cannot have one dog outside. There needs to be at least 2 or 3.
And
just
I
there's
think
a lot of stuff.
And I think we'd go with a Pyrenees dog because
I
dude,
think
those
so,
things
too.
are massive and they're monsters. What we're getting this information from is from a farm we visited in Salt Lake City, like in the hills over there or the mountains,
Yeah.
and they were like outside dogs, and then they had like a inside fun family dog. But the outside dogs were ferocious, like you can hear their loud barks, like will scare anything off.
Yeah, and those dogs would actually go out and hunt coyotes. Like it was like their fun. Like they would go out and hunt and kill. So that's just their. Oh, and then those dogs. So like the outdoor dogs didn't get along with the indoor dogs because they're not part of like the indoor dog's not part of the pack. He's just like a freaking spoiled rat who lives inside. So that's another thing that I think it would be really hard to manage. Like obviously Ellie and Thea as our indoors, and then the 2 dogs outside that want to kill Ellie and Thea, you know, because they're foreigners. Unless when they're puppies, we like kind of raise them together. But I don't know how far I want to do that because I don't want to like domesticate them full. Like I want them to obviously be able to protect. And
What's the opposite of domesticate? Okay, whatever the opposite of domesticate is, I think that's what we should do to our dogs, our family dogs, in order for them to get along with the outside dogs. So like make our dogs outside dogs to get along with them more.
A baby.
No, just so we wouldn't have to domesticate the other dogs, the guardian dogs.
Dogs are domesticated, right? So it's not the domestication we're talking about. It's more of like I don't want to, treat them like babies, but again, it's in their genes to not be babies.
I get you though.
I am the biggest genetic advocate now, by the way.
Oh, because we have like lots of information about this because our dog is a golden retriever. They gave you the best traits and everything.
Nah, she's a pit bull golden retriever. That's what I like to call her.
Why do you call her a pit bull golden
she's
retriever?
a piece of shit with other people and dogs. Not other people with other dogs. No, dude, genetics are just the biggest thing. And I used to be the biggest hater. Like, no, like you can be, or the way you raise your dog is 100% how they're going to come out. And it's just not the way it is. Like genetics play a huge part. Like she's literally a golden retriever, but she is not friendly with other living things. You know what I mean? Other than people. She's nice to people. But she hates kids. So it's just genetics plays such a big role into these things. And a dog's genetic, what?
She does not hate kids. She just doesn't like being bothered a lot. All right.
She hates kids, Jake. Just
Natalie,
say how it is.
no, she doesn't.
She does like me for real. She hates kids, babe.
No, she does.
runs away from kids.
Because the kids that were young would hit her. Okay?
No, she just hates kids.
Nah.
There's not been a kid she likes.
She loves people, dude. If there's a kid around, she's gonna lick them until their skin falls off. Nah.
Cap.
Okay, whatever you say.
If you are like shorter, if you're eye level to Ellie, she hates you. Like if you guys, even if you're a little bit higher than eye level, she's still gonna hate you. Yeah, you just have to be older. She loves like kids like Tito's age. She loves those kind of kids.
She just like jumps and turns and like puts her whole body weight on them. That's so cute.
Anything under like 5, she hates. Nah, like 4. Anything under 4.
I'm not engaging in this conversation.
She really doesn't.
You're talking bad about my dog. Watch, you're gonna
She's
get that.
not bad, bro. I'm with her. What do you mean?
You're gonna get the shit side of the stick. Watch.
She's just like me. Yeah. Anyway, Ellie doesn't like kids, so that's what I'm saying. Like, people will be like, "Oh, you golden retrievers are perfect family dogs and perfect this and perfect that." And it's like, yeah, if you get one that's, properly bred.
I think you should ask about the traits of their parents because that's super important. If the dad's a piece of shit and they're only using him for a stud, then you're not going to really get the right answers you're looking for.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing getting ourselves into Ellie.
But Thea, we saw her parents in the backyard laying down, just
Yeah, and it's
not
just
barking or
like that.
nothing.
No, but Thea actually, we got her from a really good breeder. So Thea was good. The only thing is that Thea was the runt. I don't know if you guys remember, but Thea was like freaking 4 pounds smaller than all her siblings. And we picked her on purpose. And she looked like a chihuahua. She didn't even look like a freaking golden retriever, which her siblings are like the biggest, cutest looking golden retrievers ever. And then there's Thea. Thea's like the one that doesn't look like the entire litter. It's so funny.
We'll have a reunion soon with her siblings. And the funny thing that I remember about doing one of our reunions is that one of her brother, I think it was her brother that came, and I couldn't tell the difference between them. Just he was slightly bigger, but I've heard he's like heavy now. He's super, super heavy.
Yeah, he's a
so
big
when
boy.
they see the sister, they're like, either the parents are abusive or this dog got the shit end of the stick too.
Yeah. No, it's funny because Thea just never grew, and all of her siblings grew. But Thea was always small, Jake.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
cute.
And in 2022, I was looking at my pictures. I seen Thea, and she's the same size as she is right now.
Yeah. Thea was always small. Like ever since we got her, I remember her siblings were big ass fluff balls, and Thea was just like this little tiny thing.
Ellie got her mom's genes, so Nat's genes, and then Thea got my genes.
Oh, real. No, it's funny, but her Thea's genetics are actually really, really good. She's super, super like nice and calm and like very nonchalant, very loving. Like she's a good dog.
I think we told you guys before, but our vet recommended us to go take Thea to classes to like.
Not classes, it just to get the therapy dog thing.
Yeah, the therapy dog thing, because she's really calm and therapeutic.
Yeah.
This is what she explained. So we can go to like hospitals, children's
and stuff.
hospitals to care for them and stuff.
But also, I'm like, Thea would literally be like, y'all so serious right now. What are you guys doing? Like, take me home. Be so for real.
So I'm trying to saying her name because she's gonna end up coming over here. But
where even is she? Oh, she's back here. See, if we make too much noise, she goes to another room to sleep. She's the funniest freaking dog ever.
and sometimes you might hear us say the white dog or the golden. It's because we don't want to say their name because it wakes them up.
It wakes them up. Yeah, they're asleep right now. Oh, he's petting her.
Yeah,
with his feet.
My golden retriever, the one that she was talking about earlier, is right below us. So
Yeah, they're just chilling. So yeah, anyway, I'm the biggest genetic believer now. You just realize that after meeting so many freaking dogs. I'm like, damn, that's so true. Even with people too.
that's what I was gonna say. Same thing with people. So I think I'm really, really patient because my mom was working with special ed kids and she would like love them. And we also had one of them come to our house pretty often.
Your mom is very patient.
And she's the most patient person you can ever meet. She's so like
very calm. Yeah.
You could be repeating like 20 sentences over and she's like,
And you're like that too, Jake.
yeah, I think that's what I got it from. I think I got it from my mom.
And I'm hella rowdy, just like my mom.
Yeah, you are.
No, it really is genetic, Jake. You know, because who had said that whose kid was going to be hella talented? What we were just talking about.
The singers. The
Nodal.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought it was Mariah
That
Carey.
their kid was going to be hella talented. So real. Because they're both so good at singing. Imagine he comes out and can't sing. That'd be so funny.
They need to make like a Disney movie about that, like two talented parents and then like the odd one out. But
You think that comes out? Maybe because genetics are funny. You know how there's like 2 black dogs and the dog come out white?
Yeah, it's the
That
genes
happens.
that pass
Even
down.
with people, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway. So we don't know what we're going to do moving forward, but I think it just depends like on the house that we end up purchasing. Just so many other little factors, but I would love to have like livestock guardian dogs too.
And
Pyrenees.
if you have like a previous experience or you have experience right now about it, like how did you manage the dog and then the outside dog and stuff like that? Because we want to know. We want to have that type of life. So stay tuned and give us please give us information.
And there's like for sure trainers who will train the dogs for you and then give them to you.
I'm tired of trainers.
But I'm not paying like $50K for a dog, period. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, and that's what they go for.
Bro, I am paying $50K for Ellie's dupe when the time
Oh,
comes.
I'm cloning Ellie. Have I told you guys that? I'm cloning Ellie.
Yeah, we're paying it for a dupe. Her and her. That's it. These are the only dogs we're ever going to have in our lives.
Yeah, we're just going to keep cloning them because I can't live without them. Imagine if you could clone people. Damn. I'm sure we can, by the way.
Nah, I'm not cloning you. I'm not cloning you.
Why not?
No.
One lifetime's enough.
You literally. Nah, I would clone you.
You would clone me?
Yeah, you're cool.
Nah, I couldn't clone people.
Cloning people is weird.
No,
that's like that
that's weird.
celebrity stuff. Oh, no, hell no.
That I can do. But my dogs, yeah, because, like, you know, you just reset.
Nah, bro, chill. No.
That would be so funny, babe.
If you could have an option to clone your dog you have right now or your childhood dog, who would it be?
No, Ellie.
I know, me too. I think Ellie or Thea.
Ellie. I think this is my soul dog, and there's like your childhood dog, and then your soul dog, and she's my soul dog.
And I think your childhood dog filled like all your like cries and like whenever you're mad at your parents or whoever was taking care of you.
Yeah.
But these dogs are like growing with you.
Yes, it's so crazy. But yeah, no, she has healed me in different ways, like more like deeper ways.
Yeah, my boy Jathaly, he would heal me when we were going through it in the early stages. But aside from that, he was a little grumpy guy. I wouldn't want to clone my boy. He's grumpy.
He was mean. Chato was hella mean.
And what was funny is that he didn't like a lot of people, but the people he liked, he would get so happy over.
Mm-hmm. He only liked you, Jake.
I think it's necessary for everyone to have a grumpy dog in their life.
But who doesn't like Jake? Ladies love Jake.
I'll never forget that Nat didn't like my username. One time she seen me on Fortnite playing with her, and it was like "Ladies Love Jake." That was my username back then. It still is, to be honest. But no, I changed it as when I got my PC. It's just my name. But yeah, I had my username as "Ladies Love Jake."
Ladies love Jake,
dude. Like
I've never really actually no. I met one person who didn't like you in this entire freaking 4 years that we've been together. What do you mean? I'm not going to say it on camera, but I've only met that one person. From that, other than that, like I've never met anyone who hasn't liked you.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, you do. You're such a likable person. Like Jake is that boyfriend that I can bring with me to any event. It doesn't matter who I'm with because I know he's going to get along with the guy.
Yeah, I think I'm very balanced. Like I have knowledge in like a whole bunch of little
aspects. It's not even knowledge.
Though.
You're just a nice person. Like it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about any topic. You'll find a way to like, oh yeah, and then just have a conversation. Mm-hmm. You're just such an easy. And
I'm also very sarcastic. So if I'm like playing a little character, I guess you can say, I could like, if they like anime, I could pretend like I like anime.
You're just nice. I think that's what it comes down to. You're very nice. Like it's funny because I have friends of all age groups. Like I have friends that are way younger than me, and I have friends that are way older than me, and the boyfriend's also same thing, just fluctuating in ages, and I'll just bring him along. And he just could get along with anybody.
I think that's how a lot of boyfriends are. They just get along better. A lot of boyfriends get along better.
Oh, versus like girls.
The girlfriends, yeah.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
And also, you're not very like anxious. I feel like I'm super anxious of meeting new people.
Nah, you're the better talker when it comes to people. I promise you, Nat.
Jake, no, yeah, it's because you're a little bit worse at talking, but you're very nice and you're very like cool. You're a cool person. I don't think I'm cool, Jake. I'm like the most uncool person ever.
All right, since you gave me my, to be honest, what's my rate?
What's your rate? Depends how I'm rating you. Am I rating you as a guy I like or as the boyfriend that I can bring around?
All right, both.
As a guy I like? Yeah. Now or when I met you?
Nah.
I just say it's two different.
Right now.
It's two different ratings. Oh, right now, the character you are now and like us not being in a relationship and you're asking me for a rate? Wait, as in looks or personality?
Both.
Bruh. Rate?
Yeah.
I would say 9 out of 10.
Wow, that's crazy. Who the hell is a 10, huh?
I don't think I've ever been a 10.
Nah, in Australia, you're going crazy.
Babe, what are you talking about? Don't say that because they're actually going to run with it.
Okay, we both are going crazy then.
You were not going crazy.
Well, I got to balance it out. If they're going to come for you, they're going to come for me. And then we're both going down.
It's because like we say things like this to each other off camera, but we have to remember that on camera, you can't say anything.
People take it too far, bro.
Too serious. Take it all serious.
I think it's funny because they won't understand until they're in a relationship that they can joke around with.
I know, it's funny because we've met people who are like similar relationships to us, and it's funny. Like you can mess around. Wait, what was I rating you?
Nah, you rated me a 9.
All right, yeah. No, sorry. Can I do points?
No, 9's good. 99.
No, but 90%. You didn't let me give you an explanation.
Okay,
I can't give you 10 because you're not my boyfriend, remember? And it's just trying too hard.
Okay, go ahead.
So like a 9 is as close as I can get to a 10.
Okay.
That's my explanation.
And what would you rate the guy that tried to hit you up and get your number and target yesterday?
I'm going to kill you. Why would you say that? I've never been so upset in my entire life.
It's crazy because every time I don't go with you, you always get hit on.
But that was disrespect.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Dude, I was so upset. I was so upset because, dude, the way he did it was so disrespectful to me, you know? Because I was turning a corner with my cart and then he was like, oh, you dropped something. So I'm thinking I dropped my phone, my bag or something, right? So I'm like, oh, this guy's nice. You know, he just told me I dropped it. So I'm looking around. He lets me look around for a few seconds. That's why I was so upset because he thought it was funny. Like, it's funny to you? You laughing, girl? That was not funny at all. I'm looking. He was like, you dropped my phone number. And I was like.
You know where he messed up? He messed up by not having a piece of paper to hand you before. So you had to take his phone number. And then he should have said the line. Because
like,
look at
you're wasting my time.
Say you have the phone number already, and then he says that you're gonna read it, and then are you gonna drop it in front of his face?
I wouldn't have taken it.
No, but you're gonna be like, oh, here, this is what you dropped. You're opening it out. You're not gonna be disrespectful and like drop it in his face, you know?
No, that's rude. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna take it. That's what he should take notes on. That's that's the difference between some guys that have game and guys that don't have game. You just gotta be a good player.
I was so bothered. I was so bothered because he left me looking around. You left me looking at the ground.
That's funny.
You could have just been like, hey, you dropped something. My number, But no, hey, you dropped something. You dropped my phone number. Like, bruh, just say it up front. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't. I just turned around. He just walked away. I saw him from the corner of my eye.
Dude, that's embarrassing. Nah, I can't do that.
But I didn't look back because I didn't want to embarrass him more. But I was a little bothered. So I was like, you should be a little embarrassed. But wait, what happened? What were we on before you brought this dumb thing up?
The raids and how I'm a good boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
Likable.
You're a likable person. I just can't give you a 10 because we're not dating. It's trying too hard. It's
Nah,
like it's like if a boyfriend said, I mean, not a boyfriend. It's like if a boy's like, rate me. You're not gonna be like 10 out of 10. That's desperate, babe.
Don't look at my Snapchats, brother, please.
You would rate girls 10 out of 10?
If I had a crush on them, bro, duh.
You've never had game.
No, that's the opposite of game, because if you give them a 10, it shows you that they're interested. And then you give that to be honest, which you have to give that to be honest short, all right? Short and simple, so you're not looking desperate with the rate. Because if you're doing long and then a 10 rate, bruh, be a mess sometimes, bro. You got to break the scale once in a while.
Oh, gosh. This
is
so
like 20.
cringy.
Nah, this is like 2017, Jake, bruh. Chill. Like, right when I got my phone.
So cringe. No, I know, because we were in the same era. That's what I'm saying. I'm remembering it, and that's just so cringe. You know what I find so awesome?
What?
That Snap came back. Because I love Snapchat. I've always loved Snapchat.
Snapchat
for the win.
I liked it, and then after I grew out of it, I didn't like it anymore.
I love it because it's so easy to just snap and post. Versus on Instagram, it's like, no, it's like more formal. You have to actually be careful with what you post, and like you can't just post a bunch of bullshit frames.
Nah, you can, because everyone I click on that's on Snapchat, like a creator, bro, they're just posting like.
No, on Snapchat you can.
Oh.
But on Instagram you can't.
Sorry. Yeah, Snapchat, I don't know. I hate they post one picture of the Red Bull and then they turn it around. Another picture,
Yeah,
picture.
that's
like a
doing way too much. Like, that is really annoying. When I see people do that, I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, yeah, doing
like I'm
way
tapping
too
1,000 times just to see the next thing that they post. But
yeah, when someone does that, I just literally swipe out, because it's like, you post a picture of your Red Bull and then something else. Like, that's not okay at all. Anyway, so let's move on to the next segment.
All right, I have one.
Okay.
What are weird phases you went through in your life?
Weird phases?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about my birthday.
Not yet.
I got a buzz ball in the middle of the night.
Not yet.
Okay.
What are weird phases? Because in me, I would watch spy movies growing up. So in my first grade, I would pretend
You
like I had
spy movies?
Yeah, spy movies. Like I don't remember the names, but I would pretend like I had an earpiece in my ear, and I would be like talking to myself.
I'm not gonna talk about this.
Why?
Because it's too embarrassing to put on the internet.
Okay, let me talk about mine.
Okay, you go expose yourself.
Okay. So I would be like talking, like pretending like I'm a spy and stuff, and out of nowhere, I'll be like, "Roger that," and I'd plug my ear.
How are you talking about this? Jake, this is stuff you like hide under the bed. Like, when you think about it midnight and you just start twitching because you're so embarrassed at yourself, and you're embarrassed at your own self, and nobody knows, but you're just in bed like.
Dude, now looking back at it, like the teacher probably was like, "What the fuck is this kid doing?"
Oh my gosh, you did it at school, Jacob?
In class.
This is why I could never be a teacher, especially to little kids. That is embarrassing.
Go, your turn. Let's see what
No.
Did you have an emo phase?
No, I'm not. Yes, everyone did.
I didn't have one.
You didn't have an emo phase?
No.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because you were the youngest and you had older brothers.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have an emo phase either.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I've seen like pictures of them in all grades. I didn't see no emo pictures.
Well, we didn't have the emo phase that you think. Like, I never cut my hair. I never dyed my hair. My parents would have killed me.
But during the shuffling era, that was kind of an emo phase.
Was
when people would do their bangs. I mean, girls would do their bangs like to the side. That was
the
kind
side part era?
No, like the bangs would go to the side, like Danny Phantom type stuff.
Oh, that was part of an emo phase.
Oh, okay.
But
Then
my parents would have never let me do that. Be so for real. Be so for real right now. Okay.
We'll talk about your birthday now.
Okay, so it's my birthday. Well, I'm 21 now.
It's Miss Westy.
Wait, I think it's fair that we could give the total wine story now. Because I'm 21. Okay, yesterday I went to Bevmo because I went to go grab some bottles for my friends because it was their birthday. So I went to go get the bottles, right? And I was so excited. So there was like a Bevmo and a Total Wine, right? And I was like, I had searched up like liquor stores, and Bevmo and Total Wine both came up. And I was like, fuck Total Wine. So I went to Bevmo. But I just remembered why I hate Total Wine. So let's talk about it.
So
let's get into it.
in Nashville, we needed a strawberry jam so bad because she was making like a recipe for her coffee and
It was strawberry matcha.
And the only store that had it near us was like a Total Wine 20 miles away. We drive to that Total Wine.
Hold on. I didn't order it on Amazon because it would take a week to get here because we were in Nashville. Okay. So this was my only shot at getting this damn jam before we left to a whole different part of Tennessee.
So we drive to that Total Wine. We walk in, we're looking for it, and we finally grab it, go to the register and check out. When the guy looks at me and looks at her, we don't have look it. If we had liquor, I would understand why you would need the ID. We didn't have liquor. So he IDs us anyways. And not only me, he ID'd her too because she was in the party with me. And he called his manager over and he's like, here, I don't know if we can sell this to them because they're not 21. And it's strawberry jam, bro. There's 0% alcohol.
Jam.
There's nothing to do with alcohol. But I guess the store policy is like, if you're not 21, you can't be in the store.
Which I freaking knew that. But on the thing it said, unless you're with a spouse, which I was just going to say I was married, or you're with like a parent or guardian or something like that. I was literally just going to say we were married. I could have totally gone like further into that, but I was like, I'm not going to be a freaking Karen.
And what messed me up so bad is that they didn't sell us the product, let alone they didn't even let me go out, come back in and buy the product. But there can be kids in the store with their parents and everything, and the adult could buy alcohol.
Which was so stupid, right? Like, are you guys IDing them little ass fucking kids too? This is what upset me, okay? Because they said that you couldn't be inside the store since you weren't 21 unless you were with your spouse or unless you were with like a parent or guardian, okay? So I was like, cool. Like, it'll be fine because I'll just say that I'm married to Jake and we're not buying alcohol. So it's not like he's selling alcohol to someone with a minor.
And if I was buying alcohol, I would totally understand and I wouldn't have even came in the beginning.
That's my thing. No, that was my thing that I was like, if we were buying alcohol, I wouldn't even have gone in. Because, they can't sell you alcohol when you're with like a minor or whatever. Which again, it said you could go in with a spouse. So I was like, whatever. And how are you going to prove we're not married? So.
The ring.
Huh?
The ring.
Oh, I guess.
Not yet.
So I was like, if it would have been alcohol, I would have totally understood. You know what I mean? Like whatever. And that would have been a rookie mistake for me to even go in if you were buying alcohol. So I was like, whatever. It's just a strawberry jam. The strawberry jam does not have alcohol, you guys. It's like literally the strawberry syrup for matcha. Like strawberry syrup for matcha. So I was like, they're not going to tell us anything. And if they do like end up IDing us or whatever, Jake's 21, so he can buy the product and it'll be fine. Whatever. There's this old ass granddad. He's like the manager that comes in. Like, those people that are just taking things so serious. Like
Karen vibes.
Like Karen vibes as hell. So, which, by the way, that worker should have just sold you the damn jam. Like, you called your manager for what? You are 21. You know what I mean? Like, you are 21 years old. Like, I don't understand why he didn't sell you the damn jam, the non-alcoholic jam. So he calls the freaking manager and he comes over and he was like, well, I can't tell you this. You're not 21. I was like, it's not alcohol. He's like, doesn't matter. You can't even be here unless you're 21. And I was like, he's 21. Like, can he buy it? And he was like, no, because I was like, Jake, just go outside and re-enter. I'll leave. And he's like,
no. He's like, no.
No, I'm not telling you that. It's not alcohol. What are you talking about? And then Jake's like, okay, so how long can I wait till I can come back in? He's like, till tomorrow.
And we were literally
for strawberry jam.
We're busting our ass for like a 20-minute drive just to get it.
For strawberry jam. Again, if it would have been alcohol, I understand, right? You have to come back tomorrow. I think that's like policy. Like you have to wait till the next day or something like that. Or 4 hours. I don't know how long it is. But it wasn't though. Like they made this big ass deal for a product that wasn't alcohol. That's what really upset me was like, so you're telling me that he can't come back in and buy a strawberry jam by himself, even though he's 21, right? If I leave, you can't re-enter and buy a strawberry jam.
Yeah, that just threw us off and threw us overboard.
It was too far. Like if it would have been alcohol, it would have been fine. But the fact that it was a jam and the fact that they were so mean about it and the fact that they literally were like, you need to come back tomorrow, like was just so weird to me for a jam, you know? And if you would have gone back in, got the jam and an alcohol bottle, they could have totally said no to you. And I understand it. It's logical. But if you wanted to just buy the jam, it was just like. And
we looked this up and it's happened to so many people not buying alcohol.
Yeah.
So many, like the exact same situation. And
the exact same situation.
Everyone's
There was this
furious.
girl that she went viral because she was basically like bashing Total Wine because she was talking about how she had gone in with her boyfriend to buy something that wasn't alcohol. And they ID'd her, but she didn't have her ID. Or they ID'd the boyfriend, but the boyfriend didn't have the ID. She had hers. And so because he couldn't show his ID, they didn't want to sell them the non-alcohol product.
And he was 21?
He was 21. They were old.
That's even worse.
That's even worse because he
Oh
was
my
21. And then
gosh.
they were like, it's literally not alcohol. And then that they didn't let her go back in either. That they were like, no, you can't do it. And a lot of people in the comments were like, wait, that's so weird because they sold it to me and they don't even ID me when it's not alcohol, right? So it's like, it depends on who's selling you the item and, case by case situation.
They just pick and choose like that?
I think so. I think it just depends if the person actually like takes their job that seriously, which is so weird to me.
You know what's crazy? Me and Joel, right before your birthday party, me and Joel went to a liquor store. I ended up going and he was standing in front of the shop. He was like the store owner. He was the only one that works there, and it's him that owns it. So I walk up and I shake his hand and he sees with the camera. So he's probably like, what are these kids doing? But I shook his hand to like come in good terms, right? And then we're vlogging, like getting the alcohol, and I'm asking Joel, like, which one do you recommend? And I'm like, because he's drank a Buzzball before, and I don't like drink Buzzballs. And he recommends a couple of them. And we go check out, and he doesn't ask anything. To be honest, he probably wasn't even going to ask for my ID. He just wanted to make the check. He was like, do you have an ID? He asked, are you 21? I'm like, yeah, but I'm already pulling out my ID. And he was already scanning it and everything. So I think he would have checked us out without it. Like without both of us being 21. That's just different, It's not Total Wine.
No, it just depends. Some people, literally yesterday I went to Bevmo and the guy was like, they were laughing at something, right? I walk in and then he's like, hey, like whatever, which
I can't believe you went to Bevmo without me, Nat. You said you were going to wait.
My Bevmo virginity. So I go inside, right? And they're like laughing. The cashier and the other person, they were just laughing, like yapping around. And then he was like, we were talking about impersonating people or whatever, because I asked for help because their bottles are locked up. And he came to me, he was like, we were just talking about impersonating people, like just like having such a good time, whatever. And then he was like, can I have an ID? When I was gonna pay, I was like, sure. And gave it to him. He was like, I was like, oh, it's my first time using it. And he was like, ooh, like happy birthday. He was like, I remember the first time that I was going to bars, like I would go in, I was 17, they never ID'd me.
What?
And then, he was like, they never ID'd me. And the one time I was 23 and I went back to that same bar, they ID'd me. And it was so crazy because I could have got caught so many times. He was just being so cool with me. So I think it just depends on the person. Like that guy at Total Wine over there was just like one of those old people that hates young people. I think that's what it was. Mm-hmm. The old people that are just like so resentful towards young people. That was the vibe for sure. So, and we didn't even say anything. He came up to us and we're like, oh, but it doesn't have alcohol. And then he was just like, doesn't matter. I remember because you kept asking him, like, you were like, oh, if I can come back in. And then he's like, no, doesn't matter. When? Till tomorrow, not today. Like, he was just really mean and
he was stubborn.
He had a really aggressive way of coming at you. So I think since the beginning, he was just a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just depends on the person. Anyway, that will make me never go to Total Wine in my entire life because that was so rude. Especially seeing that girl's TikTok about how they did the same thing to them. And they look old, bruh. Like, they don't look like they're young. And even if they were young, it's not alcohol. But yeah, it was like that. I'll never go back.
I think Nat is at her super, super early stages of alcoholism.
Are you kidding
As soon as it turned 12, you fiend for a Buzzball, Nat.
Which, you want to go get it out of the freaking fridge unopened?
Are you going to take it? Damn, we're working right now. You want to drink while you're working? I don't think your boss is going to like this, Nat.
I didn't even drink it.
Well, you wanted it right now. You just asked for it.
I just said show them.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't. So we went at 12, literally at 12. It was 12 and we had gone to the liquor store and I got a Buzzball that I did not drink, by the way. I just got it for the freaking vlog. There's nothing that I hate more than alcohol, dead ass. It was so, I just got it just for the vlog. Then I came back. But for my birthday, you want to get into my birthday stuff. I didn't know if I was going to talk about my birthday party this podcast just because I don't think I'm fully healed from it yet. I think it still makes I might cry. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about it just yet. But we'll just give you like a quick little brief. And maybe one day we'll actually get into it when I'm a little more healed. And it's been a little more time because it's only been like 3 days. So I'm still really sad about it.
I'm not talking about anything about your birthday. You're going to go with this.
Why me?
Because it's a sensitive topic right now.
But I need your help.
Okay, I got you. Leave me on and then I'll finish it up when you can't talk.
Okay, where do we start? Basically, it was the worst party ever.
In short terms, we went way over budget, 3 times the budget for the party.
For it to be the worst party that I've ever had.
And it would be okay in a sense where we paid this amount of money and it's a great party.
Yes.
Perfect party. But even if it's a perfect party, the amount of money we spent does not justify the party at all.
No. It was the worst party I've ever thrown. And I think you're bound to throw a bad party once in your life. It just sucks that it was my 21st and it happened to be the party that I spent the most money on ever in my entire life, and I'll never do it again.
And I feel so bad for you because I think every person's 21st birthday is the only party they look forward to for their whole life. Their only party.
What I was telling Jake was like, my life was literally on a decline for like this entire year, bruh. So, and the one thing I was looking forward to was this freaking party that I didn't even want to freaking throw. Do you guys remember? Like, I wasn't even going to throw a party, but I decided I was going to throw it. And I spent so much money. And my vision, you guys know, like the last podcast, I was so excited. Like, I had a plan. Like, it was going to be so good. And it was like the thing that I was looking the most forward to. And it ended up being like the cherry on top to my... to my declining life.
Hey, but you know what they say, when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up. So
no, literally, I think that was like actual rock bottom.
I took you to pho.
Yeah, the next morning, so like my party was Friday, right? And Saturday we had a guest still over, and then we went to fun. And once they left, I cried all afternoon. Like literally from the moment they left to like nighttime, I cried because I think they left like at 12, and I cried from like 12 to like 4. No, from like 12 to like 6. And then we had, one of our supporters had invited us to her
baby shower.
And
Alyssa, if you're watching this, we appreciate the invite. We had so much fun.
No, you literally, you took me out of my freaking hole that I was rotting in. And so she invited us to her baby shower. And I was like, we have to go, Jake. So I was like, because what happened was that I was crying all day or like all afternoon. And then Jake's got on the phone with one of his cousins, which I freaking love these cousins of Jake's.
It's crazy because Nat's like the biggest hater towards kids.
I hate kids.
These kids are so smart and funny. The youngest one is 4 years old. The youngest one is 5 years old. The next is 8. The next is 10, and then the next is 12.
But they're all pushing 40. Like, they're so
in their brain, they're
smart.
pushing 40.
Like, it actually is crazy to me that there's kids like this out in the world. Like, because I haven't seen kids the way that, like, me and Edith were growing up in forever, right? Like, I haven't seen, just because I don't really have a lot of kids near me. Like, the only kids I have near me is Bash, but Bash is too small for like me to be able to tell. You know, I don't remember when I was the age of Bash, but I haven't really seen kids that are like the way that we were, because we were like always doing, school was number one. Like, you couldn't cuss, you couldn't do, like, it was a very different way of like growing up, right? These kids are like that times 100. Like, they're so smart. They're just like, they're almost so smart that they don't even argue or they don't say bad words because they don't have to. And they kill you with smart words.
I think it's because their brain's aware and they're not really like focusing on brain rot videos on
They're
online
not brain rot. That's the crazy part. Like, I feel like I haven't met a kid who isn't brain rot nowadays.
I guarantee you that they don't know the word skibbity. That's how crazy
What's skibbity?
it is.
I don't know what that is.
So skibbity is like a brain rot thing for the little kids right now.
Yeah, like Tito's peak brain rot. Like, actually, like Tito speaks in brain rot.
It's funny, but
but it's not though. It's funny, but it's not.
Yeah, it's funny, and like I said, it's like it's funny, but like looking on the outside of it, it's like
no, it's not bad. It's not good.
Rot.
Yeah, it's brain rot. Anyway, so like these kids are just like the 5-year-old is actually smarter than me. Like, actually, so it's crazy because they'll speak in such like. Yes, you just have to hear them talk. It's actually crazy.
One day we'll surprise them, and you guys will see our cousin, and they're so funny. And it made my day because they love talking to us and everything. And I don't know why. I think I just like was randomly. I don't know. I just like had like a lot of negativity in my life. I mean, in my that day so far, and I was like, all right, I need to just try to boost my energy. So I ended up FaceTiming my cousin, and we were talking to them.
The little one, he's like 8.
Yeah, he's like 8 years old. He cooks for himself,
dude. But it's funny because he's literally in the kitchen, like little as hell, like cooking. It's crazy.
He cooks for himself. He does his own homework. He gets ready for school by himself, and like he's independent. And like not only him, but his siblings together, they're just like a funny crew that if they're on YouTube, Natalie, I promise you,
they'd blow up.
viral,
I told them, I was like, you guys need a reality show because nobody has ever seen kids like that. It's actually crazy. It's like those kids that go viral on like a channel, like smartest kids in the world. Like, that's them.
And they're hilarious. Yeah. And they just brightened up Nat's day so much, and they made me happy because we both got like good energies out of them. Like, they got a good energy out of us. We got good energy out of them.
It's crazy because what I was telling Jake was like, they have no idea what they did because I hadn't talked to them in like a year or two.
No, it's been like 2 or 3 years that you haven't talked to them.
Yeah, because they don't live in this state. So I hadn't talked to them forever, right? But Jake had FaceTime them because Jake was also like in the same mental hole that I was because we literally spent so much money. And he had called them, and then I was like hearing them what they were saying while I was like literally on the couch and crying. And then I was like kind of chuckling a little bit. And then like they were hella funny. So I was like laughing a little more. And they just like completely turned my day around. Like if it wasn't for that FaceTime, I don't think I would have got up for Alyssa's party because I was so fucking sad. So from that, they like brightened up my day, and then we were on FaceTime with them while I was like getting ready, and it was like giving motivation. They just made my day so much better.
I think one of the cherry on tops is that one of the siblings is vegetarian. No one else in the family is vegetarian. She just went vegetarian as soon as she's like, I think 7 years old or something, out of nowhere. And I was making fun of her vegetables and stuff. And then she was making fun of me. And I was like, what's the only thing you'll eat? She's like, chicken fingers and stuff. And then the siblings would like laugh at her. It's
Dude,
hilarious.
it's so funny. They're actually like a family on a reality TV show. It's crazy. So yeah, they just brightened up our day, and it changed everything for us, and we were able to get out of the house and stuff. But it was just hard. Like, you guys, when I tell you, like, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Like, everything.
But in the vlog, we don't really show it because, yeah, a lot of things did go wrong. You guys won't see like a lot of parts.
Not a lot of things. Everything.
But the vlog itself is really, really good. I promise you guys that.
And I hope they can't tell in the vlog, but
you won't be able to tell in the vlog. The vlog records so many good farts. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's so crazy because like everything, and it started off getting bad since like the beginning, like the very morning, you know, like crazy, just so bad. Like it was like almost out of a movie. Like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, but it just happened to be in the party that cost me a freaking arm and a leg, and the party that I was the most excited about, and my 21st birthday party. But you know what? I think like, so it's been a few days. It still makes me cry, but I literally had an entire fucking cry attack yesterday. But you know what? I think everyone's bound to have a bad party in their life, and it just happened to be my 21st.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, at least we got 22 to look forward to.
I know, right? Which I'm never throwing a party again, by the way. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you're not throwing a party. I'll throw the party. Because I guess the last party I threw for you was better than the one.
Way better. Dude, like the party that I had the day of my birthday, like with my parents, my mom bought me a piñata, dude, and we were just like, that was way funner than my freaking party.
It was very wholesome.
Yeah, like, and it cost my mom a freaking, I don't know how much my mom's little piñata was, but like, it's crazy to me. So, yeah, I'm never throwing a party again. I'm traumatized for life. Like, never in my entire life doing it again. Ever. Traumatized.
And what made it hard, I think, was like on your birthday, you were like more chill vibes because you were looking forward to the next day for your party.
And then it ended up being the worst day of my life. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You'll be fine. You know what? I think it was okay. So I wasn't getting drunk. Like literally, I wasn't drunk. Well, because we got off of the party bus and I sobered up because everything was going wrong. And then I wasn't getting drunk. But then I was like starting to cry at the party. So I was like, if I don't get drunk right now, this is going to become a fucking funeral. Like it's going to be like a funeral vibes. Like that's what it's going to be because I'm just going to start crying.
And if you have any questions about Nat blacking out, yes, she indeed blacked out.
Which, do you want to get into? We literally have no time to get into it. But okay, we're going to speed run 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes speed run.
We'll get into details in the next podcast.
We'll get it more into details on like what drinking is like into the next podcast because that was insane. But the actual party itself, like I was like, if I don't get drunk right now, this is going to be bad. Like I'm just going to start crying out of my eyes. I didn't get to see my dessert table. I didn't get to see the Maruchan cart, like, because I was already drunk by that point, but it was also like 12.
Yeah, and then the party ended the venue ended at 12, and then a lot of people already had left.
Yeah. It's crazy. You know, that's the part that makes me the saddest is that the one thing I was excited about was my Maruchan cart, and I didn't get to see it, and nobody got to enjoy it, which I will never, ever, ever recover. And
I think what you beat yourself over the most is like not how you felt at the party, but how others felt at the party because originally the party was supposed to be completely packed, but there was, I think, 2 or 3 tables that were empty.
No, not 2 or 3 tables, dude. Like the RSVP list was 150 people. 150 people RSVP'd and half showed up. And like maybe 5 told me they weren't going to come. And everybody else just, blue-balled me, literally. Like, they just didn't show up and they didn't tell me that they weren't going to show up. And it's crazy because we had so many people to invite you guys. Like, we had so many people. Like, so many people. We could have filled that venue.
Yeah, I could have invited so many more of my friends.
Yes, and we didn't because the venue was full, quote unquote, right? And it's like, literally, it was 150 people RSVP'd. 150. And like, what would you say came, like 70? If that. Maybe at the most full, like 90. At the most full. Not even that. I'm gonna say 80.
But what I was trying to get to is that we had friends sitting at tables all alone, and we weren't tending to them as if the whole table was, because we thought the whole table was going to be full.
Yeah.
So we put those people with cool people, but a lot of the people didn't show up. So it was like one table was alone for a while, another table was alone for a while, and like it's just messed up.
It just literally hurts my feelings. It's crazy because like my nail tech, I had literally, I saw her get there. And then I never saw her again because they were at a table by themselves. And it just like, and the tables around her were also empty because all of those people just didn't show up. And but that was like one of the many, like that, the people not showing up wouldn't even have been a problem if the other stuff didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like people not showing up is not as deep as it sounds if everything else would have been smooth. Yeah. Does that make sense?
When we say everything went wrong, literally everything went wrong.
Literally, like my makeup artist didn't come. Like it just, all these things happened. Like literally, guys, okay, I just to paint the picture for you, it's 12. Okay, I had my appointment for my makeup at 1. It's 2. No, it's like 1:30. And I'm like, I'm gonna text my makeup artist because like 30 minutes late is kind of crazy. Like I feel like he would have texted me, he would have said something. And he's like, oh my gosh. Like as soon as I sent the message, he messages me back. He's like, oh my gosh, I wrote you down for the wrong day. When I tell you guys my heart dropped, it was insane. And by the way, I'm not upset. Like the amount of times that has happened to me is insane. Like I have missed, he put it on his calendar on the wrong day. So like in his mind, he wasn't supposed to glam me that day. The amount of times that has happened to me is insane. So I'm not upset. It was just a bunch of unfortunate set of events. So I don't have a makeup artist. I'm scrambling, you guys, like in my room, like literally almost pulling my hair out because the party bus is getting there in 2 hours and I don't have a makeup artist. And that makeup artist, the one that had was supposed to come, he lived an hour away. So he was gonna have to drive an hour here, but then we were supposed to leave already. You know what I mean? So,
and I wish that would have been the cherry on top.
That would have been perfect. It was just makeup. So I call Nelly and I'm like, dude, is your makeup artist still there? And she's like, yeah, but she's still doing my mom. And I'm like, dude, I need her to come to my house and I need her to do my makeup. And literally, like, it just how you imagine. She packs up with my mom, flies to my house, and it's Friday, traffic, flies to my house, and does my makeup in like 30 minutes.
And you looked good, Nat.
Dude, it's crazy because she did it so fast, and it was, and the reason I didn't do my own makeup is because I don't know how to do falsies. So I was like, maybe I'll just do my own makeup and she could do falsies, but I don't know how to do eyeshadow either. So I was like, oh my gosh. And Angie was like, dude, we'll do it. Like, it's fine. Like, we'll figure it out, which was so awesome that I had people who, with the support.
Even our neighbor,
she's like, I'll help her too. Like, we'll figure it out. So that the makeup was like the bottom of the fucking list. Like, actually, the party bus dude was a piece of trash. Like, actually so upsetting because we paid them $1,000 for drop off and pickup, and they were treating us like, he was so just like rude. And I understand, like, whatever, because he had to wait for us because the makeup artist didn't show up. So it was like we were like late, but Jake was going to tip him an extra $200 for waiting for us, and he was just still like,
and he could have I would have given, I was going to give him the $200 to like factor in that whoever else is after us, give him a discount of $200, but I doubt he did that.
No, I don't even. Are you sure there was someone after him?
That's what he told me. He's like, we can't take too long because I still have business today. But it's weird because there's like a little bit of time in the middle to, like,
I don't know how
to someone
true
else.
that is. Yeah, and also they charged you $1,000, Jake. It wasn't like a $50 Uber ride. You paid $1,000 just for them to take us and pick us up. That was it. Because supposedly they didn't factor in the hourly cost, right? Supposedly.
But let's not get into the fact that we were only in the bus for drop off, not pick up.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you, when I tell you guys, this party was like the craziest thing ever. And like everything kept going downhill. It is. And I promise we'll get to you in detail.
Like the generator for the music, it kept going out. So the music would keep going out. Like actually, there would be no music because the generator would like bust. On the same thought, the venue owner had just gotten surgery. It was like a really serious surgery. So he wasn't there, obviously. So there was like kind of no light anywhere. Like if you weren't in the middle, the outskirts, they had no light.
It was dark.
It was dark. It was like in the middle of nowhere and it's dark. Okay. The taco people, their trailer, I guess something broke. I don't know the specifics of it because I didn't speak to her about it. This was told to me by my party planner, but something broke because we initially were supposed to have like a huge pink truck. Okay, it was like a really pretty, because their truck is so bomb. You guys saw it in the prep.
It's so nice.
So we were supposed to have a pink truck, but something happened to the truck like last minute and they weren't able to get it to us, right? So because they weren't able to get the truck to us, that affected the layout of the setup of the whole venue. Does that make sense? Because the truck was supposed to be like kind of like a prop, like a pink prop. But because it broke, we couldn't add the pink prop to the setup, which meant that we had to fill it with something else, which left us putting the snack cart in a really odd place to fill the space. Does that make sense? So, and then also, I guess somebody canceled on the taco girl, one of the girls that was supposed to help her. So they were like understaffed. They were understaffed and they were also kind of, I think they were late, which meant that their prep had taken like less. They had like less prep done because they were understaffed. Their truck broke, which meant that they were like late. And it was just, they were probably having the worst day of their life too. Like, that's why I'm not upset at anybody. Like, I'm upset at the situation, but I'm not upset at anybody because the same way, like, the makeup artist probably feels terrible till this day, you know? Mm-hmm. And the taco girl was probably so stressed out. Like, this is like her first huge catering thing. Like, I can understand how things just went wrong for everybody, you know? And so she's super stressed out. The taco line, you guys, there was people waiting in line for 2 hours.
What made me feel the worst at the party was we had supporters coming from around the New York area, taking flights to come to visit the party.
It's from DC, I think. They're from DC.
Okay, from DC coming to the party, and they were waiting in line for around 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours, and they didn't even get food, and they had to leave because their next flight was at 11 p.m. or something, and they still had to make it back to LAX the same day. And they didn't get food, dude.
They were literally in line all evening. Like, people got there, stood in line, and then, like, it got dark on them and they still didn't have food. Like, when I tell you guys, like, I was watching this and, like, I was shaking because there was nothing I could do, right? There was nothing I could do. People literally were in line and then they were eating out of the snack cart because the line was kind of formed in the middle. It was just a mess. The line was kind of formed in the middle. They were eating snacks, right? And then the pancake people started. So the same people that were waiting in line for tacos started eating pancakes because they were so hungry and the tacos weren't ready. But the tacos were the best tacos I ever had in my life, by the way. Let me just say that. They were I couldn't eat them because I put too much salsa on them and I didn't know that it was spicy. But other than that, the tacos were so bomb. They were so good.
The tortillas were really
They were
good.
handmade, so that also took forever. But they were like really, really good tacos.
But
like she slayed.
Yeah, the people that showed up, we really, really appreciate you guys, dude. It meant the world to Nat.
It really did. And I was having such a freaking hard time. But everybody who showed up, like, I'm forever in debt with them. Like, actually, because it was a Friday and I could understand, you know, why it was hard for people to show up. But for the people that showed up, like, I will forever go to their parties because, you know, they showed up for me. And the bull was like on the opposite side of the venue. Like, when I tell you guys it was at the corner, it was at the freaking corner of the venue. And the venue's big.
And when you guys see the vlog, I promise you that's not a bull. That's like a garfish, and a bull had a baby,
which
dude.
They had so many problems with the bull girl that I didn't know about, you know? And we got charged like an extra fee because it was like far, but like it was just so much stuff. Like, they had so many issues with the bull girl. Oh, I guess the generator came with no gas. Like, all these things. The generator ran out of gas, so we couldn't even do the freaking bull anymore. That's how bad it was. There was no light where the bull was. So, like, imagine a bull in the corner, no light, no gas.
It was rough.
You know? When we first got there was no water. So, like, our guests were sitting down, there was no water. There was literally no water.
And the first hour of day, like, there was only a couple hours of daylight, but the first hour of daylight was me rushing around looking and asking for water. Water ran out towards the end of the night again. There was just craziness and just bad. We ended up running out of alcohol, but I think that was like the least of our worries because we were just popping open the bottles that people were giving me as a gift. Yeah, the bottles were like the least. Like, we had enough liquor.
Least. Yeah, that was the least of the worries. There was so many problems that happened, and it just happened to be a bad set of events from like everywhere. Like, we were getting hit. So we had gotten like a 360 video, right? But nobody got on it because they were all stuck in line. So what happened is that the 360 video got there at 5, right? So it was supposed to be like from 5 to 7. But nobody got there at 5 because the party was at 5:30. So that was half an hour that was wasted. And then like the tacos took so long that people were in line the entire time that the 360 video was there. So nobody was able to go do the 360 because they were in line waiting for tacos. So we wasted pretty much hella money on the 360 because, you know, nobody was able to do it. So can you imagine like
the expenses that we had that were unnecessary.
That were just unnecessary because they weren't even used. And like we had gotten like this entire like lounge setup for the side because well we thought in our fucking head that it was going to be packed on that side, on like the other side. So we're like, oh, we should put a lounge area so people could go drink. And we had put like high tops, which were so beautiful, by the way.
That was so nice.
Honestly, everything was so beautiful. Like she slayed with the decor. Everything was beautiful. It was just a bad combination of things. And so like there was nobody there. So everything was just empty, you know? And we paid so much money for that lounge set. And again, wasn't used. Like nothing was used. Like it's so upsetting. So the desserts, right? Those weren't even So I saw that they were starting to take them out of the boxes at like 8:30, but I never ended up seeing like the finished display. Because when we got there, the treats were not displayed the way like, you know, when you usually pull up to a party, there's like treats and it says like table closed or whatever. Like that wasn't there. So I didn't.
Yeah, I know. Same thing with the Maruchan cart. I was so mad about that.
Dude, the Maruchan cart, I don't even know when it happened. And I blacked out, what, 11:30?
It happened at like around 11:30, 11 to 11:30ish. That's when they started handing them out or getting them ready.
But nobody knew that they were there because like everyone on this side of the table, like there was no announcement made like the Maruchan's already. And because I wasn't awake anymore, I couldn't tell people, you know, but I had blacked out because I was so fucking sad. But Jake, well, everyone who we asked on like the other side of the venue, they were like, we didn't even know there was Maruchans. But I thought the Maruchans were going to be served at like 10 or 9:30. But so by the time that they were served, there was nobody at the party anymore. By the time that people realized there was desserts, there was nobody at the party anymore. Like, it was just so tragic, actually. It was so tragic.
I know, but I promise you next party is going to be amazing.
Dude, I don't want another party.
I'm going to throw
I'm literally never throwing a party again. Guys, I spent so much money. Like, that's why the next morning, dude, I was just crying because I was like, I could have used that money, dude, and I could have took, like, my family on a trip. Like, I could have used that money. No, I could have used that money and took my family on, like, 10 trips. Like, I spent so much money, dude, so much money. And, like, there's been parties that, like, I've spent a fraction of that. And I've had so much more.
What makes me upset is that it was 3 times your budget. 3 times now.
Yeah, but it would have been fine. It would have been fine if it would have been like a fun, like if I would have had like the perfect fun time that I wanted.
But the amount of money doesn't seem like a 21st birthday party. It seems like a wedding.
It was just crazy, dude. Like I was looking at the invoice and we paid like $1,000 for that stupid ass bull that was in the corner, no light, no gas, like just craziness, you know. And it's just like it makes me so upset. And there's not like anyone who you can pinpoint the blame to because like everything went wrong on everyone's end, you know, and there was things that nobody could control, you know. So it was just a big gigantic mess. I don't know where the freaking sweets went because my mom didn't come home with them, so I don't know where they went. And from what my mom told me, nobody even ate sweets, so there was hella stuff left. I don't know where that went. The Maruchans, well, obviously, like nobody ate that. So that was supposed to be like a big thing, but nobody ate that because nobody knew it was there. And nobody was even at the party anymore.
What I will say positively, though, is that every gift that you opened was so like they knew Nat very, very good.
But with the whole gift stuff, like nobody knew where to put their cards and stuff because there was no box for
there was no designated spot for the gifts.
There was no designated spot. It was like, I think it was like a barrel with the hay on but there was no like gifts here or like there was no like cards box, you know, where you throw the cards in. Like there was no organization on that and stuff. So it was just so bad, you guys. And again, it would have been fine if it wasn't like literally so much money. But yeah, so that's why I didn't want to really talk about it. And I kind of wanted to just avoid the subject because I'm so sad about it. And I'm still really, really sad about it. And you're down to throw one bad party, but I just didn't think that it was going to be this party and this much money.
There was, I don't know what type of liquor it was, but I took one shot of it. I think it was the Don Julio 71. And man, that thing's so nasty. It's so nasty.
Alcohol's nasty. All of it is nasty. It's all trash. Anyway, So we're just going to wrap it up there. Maybe next podcast, we'll get into maybe more details once I'm a little more healed in a week.
But thank you guys so much for listening and watching this podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. If you're driving, please drive safe. If you're just listening, have a great day. And we will see you in the next podcast episode. Bye.